Good morning, myself Sanjeev Kumar. Today I am going to explain the working principle of simple loop generator. Basically, we know that generators are two types, AC generators and DC generators. So I am going to discuss the working principle of simple loop generator. The basic working principle of generators depends on Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. So what is Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction? When a conductor placed in a magnetic field, flux cut this conductor, EMF will be induced in this conductor. That means when a conductor is placed in a magnetic field, the flux cut by this conductor, it induces the EMF. So, depending on this, we are going to discuss the working principle of simple loop generator. Let us consider this is a coil having AB and CD conductors, and this is north pole and this is south. So, AB is the one conductor and CD is the other conductor. So, we are forming a one coil, that is ABCD coil. And S1, S2 are the slip rings. B1 and B2 are the brushes. So what is the function of brushes? To collect the currents from the rotating slip rings. And this is your load resistor, so which will define the direction of current, in which direction the current is flowing. So initially I am assuming at 0 degrees. Now your coil is in vertical position and the flux is flowing from north pole to south pole. Always flux flows from north pole to south. So what happens? This flux flows from north pole to south pole. You place a one coil, that is ABCD coil, in between these two poles, and it is in vertical position. So this total flux is links with this coil. And anyhow it is in a vertical position, so total flux is going to collide with this conductor, this coil. So there is no flux cutting action here, but the flux linkage is very high. So if there is a flux cutting action, that means there is a change in flux, the EMF will be induces. But here the flux cutting action is 0, so there is no induced EMF at this. So that is at 0 degrees induced EMF is 0. That means when a coil is placed vertically, the flux is entering into the coil, then flux linkage will be very high. But the induced EMF in this coil is 0 due to there is no flux cutting action in this conductor. That means there is no current is flowing, so you can say that the induced EMF is 0 at 0 degrees. Now we will move to the second portion at 90 degrees. Now I am rotating this coil through a prime mover or some external mechanism to the right side, that means clockwise direction. So when I rotate the conductor in clockwise direction, so what happens? And we are having, this is the total magnetic field. This is the total magnetic field. And your conductor starts rotating. That means it is in initially vertical position and now it is moving into 90 degrees position. So you assume it is in vertical position, now it is moving into 90 degrees. So what is happening? Vertical to 90 degrees, this flux is going to cut this conductor. Now what happens if flux cut this conductor? As per Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, when flux cut by this conductor, EMF will be induced in this conductor. Now when the EMF induces, there is a current flowing through this conductor. So what is the direction of the current? So I am showing the current direction is like this, that means A to B in this conductor AB. And what is the direction from this side? So the direction of current is from C to D. Now how you find out this current direction and how you find out this force? Now you see here, this initially this coil is in vertical position. Now I am moving this conductor into 90 degrees. So that means this is coming upward direction. That means this CD portion is coming upward direction and AB portion is going downwards. Now you know Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction used for a generator working principle, and the induced EMF and the direction of current is determined by Fleming's right hand rule. So what is Fleming's right hand rule? You stretch your thumb, forefinger and middle finger. Now if you place your forefinger parallel to the flux direction, and if your conductor force is upward direction, why? Because we are using some external mechanism to move upward direction. So what is the direction of your current? That means this middle finger shows the current is inward direction or outward direction. Now if you say that this coil is coming upward direction, so this is initially this position, now this is coming upward direction. Now you see here I am placing my right hand, so this forefinger is showing flux direction, so I placed it here, and this thumb shows this conductor is coming upward direction, and this middle finger shows the current is entering into this. So you can see that this current is entering into your conductor. Now similarly you can see here conductor AB as per Fleming's right hand rule. So you can place here the flux is going from north pole to south pole. You can place your finger this direction. But what is the force direction? That means external force applying, it is going downward direction. So if you see the downward direction, what is happening? Now you place here like this. Now your flux is flowing from north pole to south pole parallel to your forefinger, and your force is going downward direction. Why? This AB is initially in upward position, now it is moving into downwards. Now the external force is downwards. That means motion of conductor. Now you see your middle finger shows the current direction. Now what is the current direction? It is coming out of. That means it is going out of from your this board, so I can show this as a coming out from you, that means towards you. Now your current in CD conductor is entering and AB conductor is outwards. Now what will happen? This flux is cutting this conductor, so EMF will be induces in this conductor. So how much EMF will be induces? Now you can see here, when you draw the EMF, so this is 0 degrees and this is 90 degrees. Now this is the portion where you are getting Emax. That means this is 30 and this is 60. Now initially your coil is in vertical position, now it is moving into 30 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. Now 30 degrees there is small EMF, and 60 degrees somewhat more EMF, and up to 90 degrees reaches the maximum. So that means at this position maximum flux cut by this conductor, so you are getting a maximum EMF. That means at 90 degrees your flux linkage will be less, but flux cut by this conductor is more, so there is a more rate of change of flux linkages. So then your induced EMF will be very high at this case. So that you can say at 90 degrees your induced EMF will be maximum. Now moving into the next position, that is at 180 degrees. Now this is already in 90 degrees. Initially 0, 90 and again it is moving into 180 degrees portion. So at 180 degrees what is happening? Again it is showing vertical direction. Again it is showing vertical direction. But what is the sides? You can see observe from this portion and this portion. So this position and this position. Now this upper portion is AB conductor, but now this is CD. And what is the lower one? This is CD conductor, but now it is AB. Now what is happening from 90 degrees to 180 degrees? As your conductor is in 90 degrees position, it is moving towards 180 degrees. So whatever the flux coming from your this north pole, the flux coming from your north pole, this flux cutting action is going to reduce. That means rate of change of flux linkages is going to decreases. Now what happens if your rate of change of flux linkages decreases? The EMF will be slowly decreases. Why? It is already reaches a maximum point and it is slowly going towards zero. So I can show this. So as your EMF is already at maximum position, this is Emax. Now this is 90 degrees. Now after 90 degrees it is entering into 180 degrees. Now what is happening at 180 degrees? Your induced EMF is going to be 0. That means this is 120 degrees, 150 degrees and 180 degrees. That means the flux cutting action is reducing. When the flux cutting action is reducing, what is happening? Your induced EMF is decreasing. You can see here 0 to 90 degrees EMF increases, 90 to 180 degrees EMF is going to decreases. That means this EMF is 0 at 180 degrees position. So you can write that induced EMF is 0. That means equal to 0 degrees. But the main difference is conductor positions. This is AB and this is CD. Again moving into 270 degrees. That means if you further rotate in vertical direction, vertical directed this conductor again in clockwise direction, what is happening? Again it is same as your 90 degrees position. But what is the difference? Now see, for 90 degrees and 270 degrees position, this coil under N pole is CD, but now conductor under N pole is AB, and conductor under S pole is AB, and conductor under S pole is DC. Now you see what is the direction of current now as per your Faraday's right hand rule. And again you place your flux towards this direction, that is going from north pole to south pole. Now you see the direction. Now your AB conductor is under N pole. As per your Fleming's right hand rule, you place your forefinger parallel to flux direction, and again this coil is coming upward direction. You see here this AB conductor is downwards and it is moving upward direction. So what is the direction of force? Upward direction. So force is upwards, flux direction is parallel to north pole to south pole. And what is the direction of current? It is again entering into this plane. So that I am giving this current direction is B to A. Then what is the direction of DC conductor? Again you place your forefinger parallel to this flux, and what is the force acting on this DC conductor? The force acting on DC conductor is now downwards. Why? This is upward portion in your 180 degrees position, but at 270 degrees what is happening? This DC conductor is moving downward direction. Now you can see this, you place your forefinger towards the flux, that means parallel to flux, and the force direction is downwards. And what is the direction of current? It is coming out from your plane. Now I am showing this current by using an arrow mark which is opposite to the your AB conductor. Now the current in AB conductor is moving from B to A, and the current in conductor DC is moving from D to C. Now you observe the main difference, 90 degrees and 270 degrees. The current in conductor AB is from A to B and it is under the S pole. But at 270 degrees, the current in AB conductor is B to A and it is under the north pole. Similarly, the current flowing in CD conductor is C to D, it is under north pole. But at 270 degrees, the CD conductor is under S pole and the current is flowing from D to C. Now this is C to D and D to C, and this is A to B and B to A. So what you can observe from this, the current direction is reversed. Unlike your 90 degrees, this 270 degrees current direction is reversed. Suppose you assume 0 to 180 degrees is positive cycle. From 180 to 270, what is happening? You are generating a negative cycle. So I will show this. So from 0 to 180 degrees, this is 90 degrees, you are getting a maximum EMF. Now after 180, what is happening? You are getting a negative cycle. You are getting a negative cycle which is equal to negative Emax. Which is equal to negative Emax. So why I am saying Emax again, similar to 90 degrees. So this coil moving from vertical position to again horizontal position, that means 180 to 90. So we are having 210, we are having 240 degrees. So at 210 degrees, the EMF increases. Again 240 degrees, somewhat EMF increases. At 270 degrees, you are getting a maximum EMF. Maximum EMF reverse direction. So that's why I am showing minus Emax. So the generated EMF is maximum, but it is in opposite direction. So this is a negative cycle. That means your generated EMF in opposite direction. So that's why I am showing in the negative direction. So the generated EMF having one positive cycle and also one negative. So that is up to 270 degrees. Now we discussed. Now moving into the 360 degrees position. So this 360 degrees is nothing but we are again back to the 0, similar to your 0. So what is happening again here? You can see this AB conductor further rotates clockwise. So this AB conductor further rotates clockwise. What is happening? This AB conductor is coming upward direction and this is CD conductor is going downward direction. Now you can see here at 0 degrees also same. Your AB conductor is in upward direction and your CD conductor is in upward direction. And again your coil is vertical position. Now at this instant what is happening? 270 to 360 degrees, your induced EMF again going to decrease. Why it decreases? You can see here when your coil is in 270 degrees position and you are again moving into 360 degrees. So the flux cutting action is going to decrease. Why flux cutting action decreases? So this is this position, your flux cutting action is maximum. But when you place here, again your total flux is going to be collided with your this vertical position, which is similar to your 0 degrees. So from 270 to 360 degrees, so what is happening? Your induced EMF is going to 0. So this is 360 degrees. That means from 270 to 360 degrees, the induced EMF is going to decrease. And from 90 to 180, which is similar to 270 to 360 degrees, and 0 to 90 similar to 180 to 270. So this is the rise in EMF, this is decrease in EMF, this is again rise in EMF, and this is again decrease in EMF. So we are getting one positive cycle and we are getting one negative cycle. So we are getting a one positive cycle and one negative cycle. So the generated EMF is AC, but we are discussing about DC generators. Now how you convert this AC into DC? For that you just observe this diagram very closely. I attached a slip ring S1 and brush B1 to this particular conductor, which is AB, and S2 and B2, slip ring 2 and brush 2 connected to conductor CD. Now while this conductor is rotating, this brush B1 collect the currents from conductor AB, and while it is rotating, the B2 collects the current from C to D. Now what happens if you collect the current from here? You can see the current is flowing from A to B. So if the current is flowing from A to B means what is happening? This current direction is A to B and C to D. So I am talking about only 90 degrees portion. So A to B, this current is flowing, the current comes to S1 and again it is going to B1, and again from B1 to this current direction will be like this. So that means the current is moving this direction. That means from right hand to left hand. So let us say this point some X and this some point Y. Now current is moving from X to Y. Now after half cycle, that means 90 to 270, what is happening? Your current direction is changes. Now it is A to B, now it is B to A. Now what happens? This current direction initially A to B, now it is going from B to A. So suppose it is going from B to A. So what happens? This current direction, that means the current entering into load is also opposite. That means now the current is coming from here and entering at the Y. Now what is the direction of current? The current is flowing from Y to X. So the load current always changes. It is anyhow AC current. This is the AC induced EMF. So you have to convert this EMF into a DC EMF. That means you have to convert the current into unidirectional current. That means always the current flows from Y to X or X to Y. Now what you have to do? You have to replace these slip rings by a ring called as split ring. Now when you replace these two slip rings by a one split ring, then this split ring automatically rotates with this coil and the direction of current is remains same. So let us see how it will happen. I am going to take it. So you simply make it one split ring for this. So if you draw this, I am going to place a split ring for this. So split ring is having a two rings. That means we are having a one brush here which is connected to this, and one brush here which is connected to X portion. Let us say this is X portion and this is Y portion, and this is your split ring. So split ring is also similar to slip ring, but this portion is always connected to this left side of portion of Y side, and this portion is X portion, it is always connected to X portion. That means unlike your slip ring, split ring always connected to your Y portion and X portion permanently. When this coil rotates, so this slip ring is this split ring remains same in contact with the brush, so the unidirectional current is flow through this resistance, nothing but load resistance. So how it is possible? Let us say this conductor, this AB conductor is connected to this split ring portion S1 and this is S2. Now when this conductor rotates, so what happens? This S1, this conductor is moving from AB portion to lower portion of AB. Now the direction of current is from A to B. So your current is A to B means your current is always flowing from which side? A to B means from X to Y portion. And further you rotates, what is the direction of your current? This current direction is going to change at 270 degrees. Now let us see what is happening at 270 degrees. This direction of your vertical coil moving into horizontal. Now what is the direction of current in AB conductor? It is going from B to A. Now if this B to A comes under your north pole, the direction of current is opposite. Now your direction is also changes when this split ring in contact with your B to A portion. So initially you assume the current direction is always flowing from Y to X. Now the current is flowing from Y to X. Let us consider this case Y to X. Now after 270 degrees, again same current is flowing from Y to X. So what is the reason? This split ring manages the unidirectional current. So this portion is connected for AB conductor and this portion is connected for CD portion. So when the current is flowing from A to B, it is in contact with your X to Y portion. Similarly, when it is moving into 270 degrees direction, the same current will flow by using this split ring action. So the main purpose of your split ring is to create the unidirectional current so that your current always flowing from only one direction. It is always flowing from either Y to X or X to Y, so that you can get the unidirectional EMF. So that is DC EMF you are getting. So by using this, we can run the different applications of DC motors and generator. You see what is the function of split ring when converting AC into DC. So initially the B1 and S1 are connected to the DC conductor and B2 and S2 are connected to AB conductor. So what is B1? Brush 1, and this is split ring segment 1 connected to DC, and this is split ring segment 2 connected to AB conductor, and B2 is the brush connected to AB. Now from 0 to 180 degrees, that means first half cycle, the current is flowing from A to B and D to C. So of course this is at 90 degrees position I am showing, and this is 270 degrees position I am showing, but the segments are connected 0 to 180 degrees. So segment 1 connected to brush B1, so the current direction from C to D, A to B, and the current direction is from right to left, so that the current flowing through your load resistor is from right to left portion. But after 180 degrees, what is happening? So what is the main function of your split ring? You can observe here the segments are connected to this particular portion. That means brush 1 and brush 2 segments are interchanges. So what is the reason for this? Now your conductor positions are also changes. Now your AB conductor is under the influence of north pole, before it is S pole, and the direction of current is B to A. And your DC conductor is under the influence of S pole. Initially it is north pole and the current direction is from C to D. Now it is D to C. But you want unidirectional current. What you have to do? You have to interchange the segments. So your brushes keep same, but segments are interchanges. How it is happens? So that is the main function of your this split ring. Your segments are interchanges. So whatever the current flowing through your DC, why this segment 1 is connected to DC. So when this segment interchanges, so the current is flowing from DC and the direction of current is like this. Now similarly segment 2, which is connected to your AB conductor, now it is also interchanges. Now see what is the direction of current? B to A. Now what is the total direction of current? BADC to the load resistor. And what is the direction of your current? Same as usual you were previous. So what you are getting, whatever the your positive cycle and negative cycle, that means 180 degrees and this is 360 degrees portion. Induced EMF respect to time period. So up to 180 degrees, this portion remains as usual. This portion remains as usual. That means 0 to 180 degrees, segment 1 is connected to brush 1, segment 2 connected to brush 2. So there is no change. So the flux cutting action takes place, EMF increases and decreases. So at the 90 degrees, EMF is maximum and EMF is going to 0 at 180 degrees portion. But after 180 degrees, what is happening? The current is going to reverse. Now when the current reverses, what we are doing? We are interchanging the segments also. Now when segments are interchanges, so what is the direction of your current? Current through the load resistor, it remains same. So what is the next cycle from 180 to 360? Same as your negative cycle, or again you are getting one positive cycle? So as per your load current, the 180 to 360 degrees also you are getting the same positive cycle. So that means you are getting two positive cycles. So there is no negative cycle. So you are getting only positive cycle. So until you are going to take the total action, you are getting the complete only positive cycles. So what you are getting? So this is nothing but your DC current, nothing but DC EMF you are getting. If you join all of them and reduce the distortion, so finally what you are getting? You are getting almost a DC EMF. So this induced EMF is a DC EMF, nothing but EDC. So like this, a split ring acts as a rectifier, which is also called as a commutator. So what is the term? Commutator. What is the main term? Commutator action takes place. That means AC is converted into DC. The main function of your commutator in your DC generators is converts AC current into DC current. So what is the main function of commutator? AC current into DC. So what is AC current? You are having both cycles, positive and negative. But in DC current you are having only positive cycle. If you combine all this, you are getting a pure DC signal. So that you are getting distortionless DC. So your induced EMF is also pure DC. So that there is no distortion takes place. So like this, your split ring acts as a commutator which converts your AC EMF into DC EMF. So first half cycle your segments will not change, but second half cycle your segments are interchanges. But in previous case, slip rings, those segments are remain same, so the current is always alternates. So that's why they are called as AC generators. But here your current is always unidirectional. You can see here always from right to left and right to left. So your current is unidirectional. So whatever way be the your cycle 0, 90, 180, 270, 360, your current is will be same direction. So that's why it is called as the DC current, and the induced EMF is called as DC EMF.